Student protests over the Israel-Hamas war have spread to colleges and universities across the country. Here in the Bay Area, protest encampments have been set up at UC Berkeley, Stanford, and Sonoma State, just to name a few.
I think it's the biggest student movement of the 21st century in the United States, so it's very significant. And I think it's a reflection of how much the war is upsetting students, and that the feeling that the United States should be more cautious about what it does with its military aid.
Robert Cohen is a history and social studies professor at NYU who has studied student activism. He says that historically, protests like this have been unpopular among Americans over the past 60-plus years, but believes what we've seen over the last 2 weeks is historic.
Never in the history of student protest have protests been suppressed with so little rule breaking. You know, in other words, the students at Columbia were sitting on the lawn. The students here were sitting on Gould Plaza in front of the business school. I mean, in the 60s, you had to do something like take over a building or something like that.
David Courtwright, who is professor emeritus at Notre Dame and visiting scholar at Cornell, believes these student protests are growing, but the number of students protesting still does not compare to what we saw during Vietnam anti-war protests of the 60s.
You know, after the Cambodia invasion and the killings of students at Kent State, there was a national student strike, and there were student protests at more than 800 different colleges and universities. Here, I think we've seen many dozens. You know, it's hard to know what the total number is.
While most colleges and universities will finish their academic year in the coming weeks, both Courtwright and Cohen say this issue does not appear as though it's going away anytime soon, both saying protester arrests seemed to ignite the movement, and both point to the Republican and Democratic national conventions that could be locations for major protests. Professors believe that these protester demands could be hard to come by.
Trying to get universities to divest their holdings and companies that do business with Israel is problematic because over 30 states have laws against that.
Courtwright believes that the calls of protesters being anti-Semitic are overblown, but also believes that the students need to do more to make it clear that they are against the initial attack by condemning Hamas.
You need to build broad coalitions for movements to really be effective. And if you look historically, it's the ones that have the broadest support across the political spectrum. And this movement is still young. It hasn't done that yet, but I would hope that they could reach out and bring in a lot of the Jewish students who agree with them.
At UC Berkeley, Stanford, and Sonoma State, we have not seen vandalism or arrests. Police have also kept a distance in those locations. There's also a belief that university leadership has felt the pressure from politicians and donors to clear some of these encampments in certain states, something that the professors believe will only ignite the movement even more. J.R. Stone, ABC 7 News.